Welcome back to Tarot and Beyond. Today we're doing July blessings. So you have 3 options to choose from. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So select the pile or multiple ones that resonate with you and use the timestamps linked in the description box or pinned in the comments below to jump ahead to your chosen reading or readings. And we'll see you there. All right, hi group number 1, welcome to your July monthly reading. Let's take a look at what blessings are coming in for you this month. So we're going to actually start here. You have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now keep in mind that we're looking at these in terms of the blessings. So we'll see how that fits in context with the rest of your cards. You have in the near future. Improving health, come to the edge, you have Mao Shan, the Princess of Mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. You also have Twin Flame, Angus. Okay, starting to see a little bit of a theme here. You have I respect the property of others. And you have Smoky Quartz Celestial. I do want to look this one up in the guidebook, but we'll maybe do that a bit later. So group number 1, the first thing I'm seeing obviously is there's a big kind of theme here in the month of July around love, specifically twin flame relationship, but I also see this as really being about how you're giving and receiving. So for example, the twin flame relationship is known to be coming along with some of the pitfalls of like the runner-chaser dynamic, which is essentially where one person wants to give love and the other person is either unrequiting or running away because it's triggering for them in some way. And the theory is that you need to heal those things within yourself so that those two can come together. What I'm seeing here in your reading is that to really accept love from others, you need to be able to give it to yourself. That's what the whole point of the twin flame journey is, or the concept is really for you to be able to love yourself. So respecting yourself, giving to yourself, and being merciful and requiting the love that you have for you. Because a lot of the time what can happen is that we can neglect ourselves by trying to give love to others, and it's especially harmful to ourselves if we're trying to give love to people who don't want our love, because then it almost like makes a statement that we are not worthy of giving or receiving love in a balanced way. Now I do see that in the near future you're going to come to the edge of this situation. Now this is in regard to your health, but I feel like it is relationship health. So this, I mean, it could be physical health as well, but just specifically in the context of your reading, I'm really seeing this as relationship health, and the relationship health has maybe been not so great in the past. Maybe there were experiences with unrequited love. Maybe there was false flames or karmic patterns within relationships, negative soulmate contracts, things like that. And I really see that you coming into respect of yourself, your own time, your own energy, your own worthiness is really the energy that I'm getting here. That's the feeling. It's like you coming into the realization of your own worthiness and creating a lot of, it's almost like forgiving yourself is kind of the feeling I'm getting here from Mao Shan, the Princess of Mercy. It's like you're forgiving yourself for all the times that you gave love to people who were not able to reciprocate it, and that you respected these people but they didn't respect you. So in the near future, at some point in July, the blessing here is that you're no longer going to accept this anymore. You're going to come to the edge of this situation and you're going to say, I'm going to choose my health, and I'm going to choose to be merciful with myself, maybe even merciful with other people if that is what's called for here. But forgiving and letting go and detaching is kind of what I'm feeling if that's the case. Not so much about forgiving and then allowing for treatment to continue. It's kind of just like detachment from any kind of attachment to an unhealthy situation relationship-wise, or even to do with your health. But these two things could be intertwined as well. Like you could be having health issues because of a lack of love. Because as we know energetically, what we do emotionally has a direct impact on our physical body. And that's not even just energetic. That's not even just metaphysics that we're talking about here. Like physically, our mental health does have an impact on our physical health and well-being, because stress hormones tax the body and lower our immune system. So it's that kind of thing that I'm seeing here, where it's like an emotional core wound, but it's affecting the physical. So the blessing this month is that you're improving your health. I'm even seeing that she's holding an apple in her hand. So you may be even choosing to be more loving to yourself, requiting the love to yourself through your food choices, through your choices within relationships with partners. So you're no longer kind of putting yourself out there and pursuing people who no longer, or who don't reciprocate that energy, or who don't show any interest. If there's one thing I learned about pursuing emotionally unavailable people, it's that it actually shows you that you're emotionally unavailable. Because by trying to pursue an emotionally unavailable person, you unconsciously know that they are not going to give you what you need. And so you're kind of safe in a way from having to really open up and be vulnerable, because there's not really a chance that this person is going to be able to meet you at that level where they'll actually be able to see you. The other aspect of that is that it's like trying to resolve the issues of unrequited love from some other person, or even from a parent figure. And it's kind of like going and repeating that same pattern to try and resolve it. But it all starts within the self. So I really see that this month, July, is a blessing for you in regard to how you are able to love yourself. You're going to love yourself more deeply. You're going to really take a leap of faith into treating yourself more kindly, into respecting yourself, respecting other people, having mercy for other people, having mercy again for yourself. And then in the future, I do see that in the near future, there could be a blessing that comes from that, like directly from those choices, those actions, and those behaviors, and not those behaviors coming from a place of manipulation, or like trying to kind of like fix the universal algorithm to give you that feedback of that relationship. It's more just like it comes as a byproduct of you taking the time to care for yourself, taking the initiative to love yourself and to meet your needs more directly, and to nurture. Really, that's the energy I'm getting, is like nurturing yourself and trusting yourself to be able to do that and to show up for that repeatedly. Let's take a look at this card. Okay, so Smoky Quartz Celestial is transmutational magic. A stone for karmic healing. Smoky Quartz Celestial opens into different dimensions and brings powerful transmutation. You have powerful survival instinct and ability to go where others dare not. Transmute the past. Realize that darkness is not evil. Facing your deepest fears turns these into golden gifts. You know that death is only a transformation into another state of being. Take responsibility for your life and don't let others take control. Be patient. Much stirs beneath a calm surface. Total transformation is close. Near future. It may entail a trip into the underworld. Your shadow becomes your brightest gift. Toxic emotions turn to positive regard. Ground your efforts in the everyday, but retain contact with the higher realms. Success comes through dedication and trust in your abilities. Mentors are available. Release yourself from old attachments. The healing insight of this card and this crystal is no part of you is evil or bad. Embracing your shadow leads you to healing hidden in the darkest reaches of yourself. Total transmutation. Wow. Yeah. So that's kind of what I was seeing here, is like you're healing karmic situations of unrequited love that you may have mistaken for twin flames in the past. And instead you're coming into a near future here in July and moving forward, that you are improving your health by transmuting a lot of those negative experiences, negative emotions, and even negative physical symptoms by completely transforming yourself in a really big way. Finally respecting yourself, finally having mercy for yourself, finally seeing your true value and your true worth. And in that, taking your power back and no longer allowing those same patterns to repeat. So that is what I see for you, group number 1. I hope that this message resonated and was supportive of you. Looks like in July, your blessings are really around you transmuting some old pains around love and relationships, taking care of yourself, and then in the near future, really seeing the benefit of that coming to your physical health and well-being. So I'm sending you so many blessings for this month and beyond. And stick around, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for liking the video if you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next reading. Bye! All right, hi group number 2. Welcome to your July monthly reading. Let's take a look at your blessings for this month. So you have worth waiting for, divine timing as at work in your love life. You have within the next few weeks. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the period that we're reading for here. Ask for help from others. Clean it up. You also have Perpetua, the saint of authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. You have trust, Vishnu. I praise the goddess and the god. And lastly, you have halite or halite. I'm not sure how to pronounce that one. So we will get the message from the guidebook of the crystal, but we'll do that in a bit. All right, so group number 2, I'm seeing that within the next few weeks, there's going to be some changes to how you express yourself. I do feel like this is going to take some trust, and you might have to ask for help from others to fix something that is needing to be, remedied here. It does feel like this is something you've kind of been waiting for a while. I get the sense that you've been kind of working at this on your own for quite some time, and you might just need some support, or you just might need like a little bit of a helping hand. I'm seeing like in this card underneath within the next few weeks. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, there's like some people down here, and there's a couple of people and a little kid, and then there's an angel who's kind of like guarding the whole scene here, and some people watching. So it feels like there's something that needs to happen kind of in community, like it takes a village kind of thing. It takes a village to raise a child. Maybe you need some help doing something that you've been trying to do alone. Maybe you are asking for help from your angels, from God, from source, because you do have I praise the goddess and the god. So I feel like you're reaching out for help. You are asking for help, whether it's praying, whether it's setting intentions, whether it's actually calling somebody up and saying, hey, can you come help me out with this? Or maybe it's literally calling, like a cleaning service. Maybe you have kids and it's just really messy and you're too busy and you don't have the energy, and you're like, well, you know what? Once in a while I can call a cleaning service and I can get them to come in, and it just takes that load off. It's like it's worth it because it's going to help you in many other ways. So for whatever reason, this does feel like it's going to take trust, though. I get the sense that maybe you don't trust other people to come in and help you with things. Like I know from my own personal experience as, being a perfectionist and feeling like I needed to control everything, that I did not ask for help a lot, like ever, really, actually. I never used to ask for help. Part of it was, self-worth issues. Part of it was that I didn't really trust other people to do things the way that I wanted them to be done. Does that mean that they weren't going to get done in a timely manner or in a way that was efficient? No, that other person, of course, could do it just as well as me, but they would do it differently. And because I was in that state of like control and constrict and fear, basically, I would have a hard time, asking for help and letting that be done in a way that was out of my control. So I'm kind of getting that sense from you guys here, and it just feels like you're kind of needing to just release some of that and allow some help to come in, or some support, or just something in general that maybe is a little bit out of your hands in a way, but you're allowing this support to come in a way that gives you that sense of peace. That's why it takes trust, though, because it does kind of need you to take your hands off the wheel a little bit. It's like, Jesus, take the wheel. You got to trust that the people who you're asking for help are going to be able to show up in the way that you need them to, or that spirit or God or goddess or angels are going to be there and kind of holding your hand through the situation, or supporting you and providing in the ways that you need. Some of this I do see is to do with circumstances regarding like distortion, because that's kind of what I'm getting here, especially since we have authentic self in all circumstances. It feels like there were circumstances before that kind of put you out of your alignment, maybe like the example that I gave of myself, right? Like that was not in alignment at soul level for me to be in that state of fear and control and restriction. It is much more a divine expression of myself to be relaxed, to trust, to let go, to control what I am responsible for, and then to release anything else, and to trust others to be able to show up, in the way that I need them to, and to know that I'm worthy of asking for that. So if this is resonating with you, group number 2, I feel like you'll kind of have an idea of what this is that needs to be cleaned up. I feel like it may be something that kind of comes up over the month of July, but I feel like this is probably something that predates just this singular month. It's something that's been going on for a while, and that's why it's kind of coming to this point now where you're like, I've waited long enough. It's time for me to trust and to reach out. It's time for me to ask. It's time for me to handle what I can and what is within my control, and then to release the rest. So let's take a look at your crystal. Sorry, hold on. Before we look at your crystal, they're giving me a different message. They're drawing my attention to divine timing. Divine timing is at work in your, I'm just going to take out love from this and look at it as there's divine timing at work in your life. And especially since you have within the next few weeks, they're bringing my attention here because it feels like there's something that you need to know about this divine timing. So let me just tune into that and ask what this is. Oh, they're like, yeah, we're not going to tell you when the divine timing is, even though they've given, a shorter time frame than they normally would. But the whole point of patience and the whole point of like understanding divine timing is trust. It's trusting that everything is unfolding as it needs to. It's trusting that your needs will be provided for. It's trusting that you will find your way as you go along. It's trusting that you're guided too. Like those angels in that card, it's like you're very much protected, guided, supported by the God and Goddess, by the angels, by your spirit team. It is all around you. They are all around you, and they're helping you to clean up this situation. So it is just, kind of similar message, just trusting that and kind of releasing the need for any external control, and just controlling what you can control, which is yourself, and your choices and actions. That's it. That's all you're in control of. That's all you're responsible for, really. Everything else is either other people or God, the divine, the universe. Okay, now they're saying we can go ahead and look at halite here. All right, so halite is the master cleanser. It draws out impurities from your physical, energetic, and soul bodies. It dissolves old patterns, negative thoughts, and toxic emotions, promoting emotional well-being. Halite stimulates the meridians and grounds the healing properties of other crystals. Subtle ties and influences may be affecting you more than you recognize. Acknowledge feelings of abandonment or rejection or emotional neediness may underlie dis-ease. Detrimental energies picked up under the influence of drink or drugs could be affecting you, as could someone else's lustful or jealous feelings. But being spaced out and ungrounded also leaves you open to invasion by external forces. It's time for a thorough clear out of your life. Declutter your space, including your car, detox your body and mind, and try a juice fast for vitality. Regular detoxing and purification on all levels ensures well-being, as does being anchored on the earth. This is interesting. So they're really talking about purification here. It's like purifying your home, your body, your energy. There's a lot of kind of upkeep that I'm feeling needs to be done in the month of July, and it is going to require you to trust, because as you clear things out, maybe there's resistance to letting things go or to changing or whatever it happens to be, but the process is all unfolding exactly as it needs to, and I feel like there's kind of support in that. It's like things are kind of nudging you along the way, and all you kind of have to do is go with the flow of that, because they're showing me the current in the ocean. So it's kind of like just going with the flow of the current is going to help you. Yeah, they may be talking about cleaning up your lifestyle here too, because they're drawing my attention back to the influence of drugs, maybe even unhealthy foods and things like that. So yeah, being very mindful of what you're ingesting and who you are around. They're saying ask for help from your guides to be able to detox and cleanse and purge your energy field and your body. So you can definitely pray about that, or set the intention, or do affirmations, or just ask. Really, like that's the most straightforward thing. Spirit is just people, right? Your angels, your guides, even God, source, creator, whatever you want to call it, they, them, they're just people, right? We're all just people, we're all just souls, and it's about having a relationship, because they're not better than you and you're not better than them. It's really just, we're all equals here, so we can communicate as equals. We can say, hey, this is what I need help with. Are you able to do that? And Spirit will say, yeah, sure. Thank you for asking. So I feel like over the next couple of weeks here in July, you're going to realize that something needs to change, I think, and you're going to start taking action in regard to that. And if you're feeling a little bit put out, or you're feeling a little bit kind of out of control, just ask for help. Physical people or non-physical people, right? Spirit. So that's going to help you to come back into your authenticity and be authentic in every situation, so that you're not losing yourself in these bad habits or these uncleanly environments, whether they're internal or external. Yeah, so that is what I see for you, group number 2. I really hope that this resonated and that it supports you over the month of July. The blessing here is definitely about you being able to feel supported and release a lot of these toxins, to come out of this month feeling refreshed, rejuvenated, and more authentic. But it's just going to require you to trust. So yeah, hold on for the ride. You got this. You're doing great. So I love you guys. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your July monthly blessings. Let's take a look at what blessings are coming in for you this month. So you have playfulness to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. You also have big happy changes. This is looking good. You have a yes, big emphatic yes with a huge exclamation mark. And I love that they've got like the sun and the moon in this card. So, and similar kind of poses that these two are having. And I filmed a reading earlier today. It's the things you don't see coming, or unexpected changes reading. And this card came out, and then a different one, but they kind of had similar stances. Maybe check that one out. You have breathe. Ooh, you have Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. I love Kuan Yin's energy. She's very soft, very gentle, very compassionate. You have take charge of this situation, Moses. I converse with awareness. And you have rhodochrosite. Okay. So we will get the message from the guidebook on rhodochrosite, but before we do that, I want to take a look at your cards. And there's kind of a lot going on, honestly. Group 3, I'm seeing a lot like playfulness, breathe, kind of opposite energies. Kuan Yin's energy and Moses' energy are kind of opposites. She's very gentle, divine feminine. He's this emancipator who wrote all these rules and laws, and he parted the seas, and he led, just very different energies, both very positive, just very different. And I think that that's kind of what it may be experienced in the month of July. The blessings may be that there's some happy changes, big happy changes, obviously, that are going to kind of be a little bit of both. Like there's going to be playfulness, there's going to be gentleness, there's going to be leadership and needing to like really charge forward. There's going to be conversation, there's going to be love and healing, there's going to be rest and meditation. Like it's just a whole bunch of different things, like in the other 2 readings, it was kind of one singular message, and all the cards were kind of talking about the same thing, or contributing to the same message. Whereas in your reading, it's kind of like, I feel like this is going to be a busy month. Like that's really what I want to say. Group 3 is that, yeah, it's probably going to be a bit of a busy month. I feel like there's going to be a lot going on. I do feel that this is the blessing though, right? Because it's like, there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of healthy routines that you're incorporating. There's some very happy changes that are taking place. And I just get this sense of freedom. And maybe that's why there's so much kind of going on, is because you're free to explore all of these different energies at any given time. Like if you're not on a very rigid schedule, then you can kind of do what you want when you want. You can be a little more playful. You can be a little bit more contemplative if you want. You can say yes to things that maybe before you would have said no to. And I see you, I really see a leadership position here. I converse with awareness and taking charge of the situation. I feel like you're just going to be communicating from the heart very directly, very authentically, very compassionately, but in a way that puts you in a position of like recognition is the word I want to use. Yeah, recognition. Like people are recognizing you for what you're saying because it's coming from the core of you. Like it's like you're speaking from the heart, you're speaking from the soul, and people can feel that. And I think that this is involved somehow. I'm not quite sure, but maybe we should just read this and kind of see how that fits in. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, they're saying there's one other message here. Oh. And these 2 cards, they were drawing my attention to the fact that she's holding a bubble in her hand. And then in this one, they've got the moon and the sun. So it's something about like holding something in your hand. Oh, I just heard in my mind, if you can hold it in your heart, you can hold it in your hand. So this could be about manifestation. It could be about you mastering your peace, mastering your own internal balance, and then by extension being able to manifest really, really powerfully. It's like you're speaking it into existence, because even with that, I converse with awareness. I feel like if it's not conversing with other people, which I do still feel that energy is there for you in the month of July, I feel like that's going to be one of your blessings, is that people are going to be recognizing what it is you have to say, and they're going to notice that it's coming from the heart. But yeah, I feel like part of this is really you manifesting something here. And you're doing it in a really fun, enjoyable way, which I think makes it more effective, because by being playful with it and not taking it so seriously, not being attached to the outcome, you're just enjoying the process. And so that embodiment, that energy is what allows you to take charge of the situation. It's like where there was a block, now there's a pathway because you've created it. Okay, they're giving me the go-ahead on this. We're going to read that now. So rhodochrosite is the heart reviver. It teaches the heart to assimilate painful feelings without shutting down, dissolving denial, and identifying ongoing detrimental patterns. It offers compassionate love and forgiveness. You face the truth with loving awareness. Deep down, you feel alienated, unloved, or unappreciated. A history of sexual or emotional abuse creates dis-ease, or you may have misused or feared your sexual power in the past. You may be repressing something you do not want to face. Irrational fears and paranoia and unacceptable emotions need to be acknowledged and transformed. Time for a change of viewpoint. Big happy changes of viewpoint, apparently. Begin to seek the gifts in your experiences rather than seeing the negative effects. Check out whether what you were taught in childhood is still relevant to the person you are today. So the healing insight is releasing resentment from your heart creates well-being. And I love that it's about unconditional love and self-compassion, because you do have Kuan Yin, that's exactly what she embodies. So I just get the sense that, I mean, that was pretty intense, rotochrosite. Like, I wasn't really getting any of that intensity of like the trauma and aspects of that in the rest of your cards. I think that, if anything, I was getting that more in group number 2, and maybe even group 1. Yeah, like yours actually, if they were read consecutively, like if you watched from group 1 to group 2 to group 3, I think that would be actually like the progression of healing, because group 1 was like working with the unrequited love, group 2 was working with self-worth and asking for help, and then group 3, it feels like you've kind of come out the other side and you're able to be more playful now because you've done a lot of that internal healing work through awareness and self-compassion. You've taken charge of the situation. You've said, yes, I can change this, and you've calmed yourself to a state where you know that to be true, and you know what to do, and you can do that. So the number 29 is really standing out to me. This could be the 29th of July. Yeah, that's going to be important for some of you. So mark that on your calendar and let me know what comes up on that day, because I don't know, but for whatever reason, they kept drawing my eyes back to it, and I didn't know why until I asked, and then they said, 29th of July. All right, so that's something. Let me see if there's any other messages here for you. Yeah, I just get the sense that you're creating a lot of balance for yourself this month, group number 3. There's a lot of balance, and you're doing it through the heart. You're doing it very authentically. You're doing it with a lot of peace, a lot of playfulness, a lot of compassion, and being assertive and taking the lead. So just beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm so glad to see that for you. And I hope that this resonates and that you have a wonderful month of July and beyond. So thank you so much for being here, guys, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.